Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and designed to inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. What do men or other people have to do in order to avoid losing custody? Well, let's analyze that question, because I think if we ask the right question, it'll be that much easier to come to the right answer. What do they need to do to avoid custody? What that really means, it really presupposes that both parties are on equal footing. Both parties begin the discussion of who should get custody with an equal opportunity to get that custody. Now, how does one avoid blowing it? That's the question that we're being asked to address. How does one avoid the pitfalls which could necessarily make the court think the other person's the better choice? See, that's really the key. Avoiding the things that will make the judge not trust that you will act in the best interest of the child. Well, what are those things? Well, the court, in analyzing what's in the best interest of the child, is going to look at the dozen or so custody factors. But when the court does that, the court wants to see, what kind of person are you? What kind of person are they? What kind of judgment do you show? What kind of judgment do they show? If you decide to handle your case in a way that doesn't necessarily promote yourself, but is devoted to trying to tear apart the other person in a disrespectful way, the court might not see or might not identify with your method of proving your own worth as a custodial parent. And that's a good way to lose your case. If you're going to spend your time trying to horribilize the other person without really explaining to the court why you're the better choice, you're making a strategical mistake. Now, it is the case sometimes that one person is a horrible person. One person's a drug addict and alcoholic, and the other person, is a responsible person, never had a problem with the law or anything like that. So the court can understand that, but there's a way to do it. The way to do it is, your lawyer will have you on the stand. Ask you if you've ever had any substance abuse issues. Ask you if there's ever been a problem with you. Get that no, there never has been. And then when they cross-examine the other person, say, I understand you were arrested for possession of heroin. Is that true? And that occurred in 1990. The court will already figure out that, wait a minute, this guy's got no problem. This person's been arrested. And you know that however many times they've used drugs, they've only been arrested a fraction of the time they've actually violated. So in other words, there's a way to do it. There's a way to promote yourself as a custodial parent. So you want to avoid certain things? Promote yourself rather than bagging on the other person. That's number one. Number two, you got to be watchful of your own personal instinct, which might be to try and get your kid to be on your side by influencing the child. A lot of parents will do that. A lot of parents will say subtle things like, oh gee, we're going to Disneyland, but it's your dad's, it's his weekend, so sorry that you can't come with us for that nice 5-day trip that we're taking. Oh well, maybe next time, your father will let you go with us. That kind of, I've had situations where moms have said that. And of course these are despicable people who would do such a thing, but really realize what they're doing. What they're doing is in telling the child, you should feel bad for going with the other parent because we're running Disneyland and they're not. That's that person's way of harming the child. That's their way of making the child feel bad, when all they should have done is coordinate with the other parent. So you want to avoid losing custody. Make sure that the court realizes that everything you do is for the best interest of the child, not necessarily to get back at your ex. Now, if you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.